Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video, and welcome once again to the Ringmeister series. This week out in the Formula 3 car. Yes, this is going to be a scary combo. There's a reason why you don't see any open Formula series racing around the most infamous track in all of world motorsport. However, for us though, this race actually goes pretty well. It ends up being, one where you're really trying to push the car, really trying to find the limits. But of course, you've got to be super careful with all of those curbs as well. Quickly though, before we head down to the track, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody for helping us tick past 2,000 subscribers. I guess the next goal, of course, is going to be 3K as well. So yeah, from the bottom of my heart, I'm loving doing the iRacing videos, and it's nice to know that you guys are as well. But yeah, let me know your predictions. I think we're starting like 24th for this race, but let me know where you think I'm going to finish. Well, I just want to kickstart this video then by saying a massive thank you to everybody for helping us tick past 2,000 subscribers here on the channel. I know it's only existed for a few months, but yeah, it really does mean the world to me that more and more you guys are loving the iRacing content, because I really do want to make more videos inside this sim. And well, what a place to start today, back in the Ringmeister series, but back in an old favourite of mine, the Dallara F3 car. Looking forward to this though, but we'll wait and see as to how we get on. Fingers crossed we can keep it clean and tidy, as I believe, yeah, we are going. It's been a very disjointed start. So just as always, obviously want to take it nice and easy on the opening lap, make sure we get everything up to temperature. But we'll wait and see if we end up with much chaos in front of us. There is already trying to make our way through the first couple of corners. This is top split, but yeah, very big field. 28 cars, I believe, in this split. So yeah, obviously if you get a crash up towards the front, there's a high possibility that a lot of people are going to get roped into it. But always feels a bit alien bringing an open wheeler here to the Nürburgring, because I don't believe there's any series that obviously races open wheelers around this venue. See, I know you get like TCRs and GT3s and all that kind of thing, but yeah, I don't believe in any kind of properly competitive series they run any kind of Formula car around here. As already we got an incident just up in front. There's an incident. Someone lifting out. Oh, there's a car going backwards at like 100 miles an hour. I probably could have lifted out a little bit more than I did there, maybe just to play it safe, but we're going to gain a couple of spots out of it just by being brave there. So immediately then getting a couple of places, and obviously getting a couple more for the cars that were absolutely destroyed as well.
Car number 10, and their rating is 2.5.
Nice and easy as we make our way down the hill though. So yeah, I mean, we got one guy with near enough 5k I rating in here, as we got another incident apparently up ahead as well. So are we going to see another car parked somewhere? It's definitely the slipstream working quite well. As well. There you go, another one completely obliterated them. Luckily we'll get through the debris, and well, especially in a Formula car, you're not going to get a small crash here, are you? As someone going very slow. Right, come on, why aren't we all going? He's got no wing, so we need to be getting on with it.
Still there.
Hopefully we'll try and make our way through. There we go. No idea what the 7 car's doing as well, but I mean, we've been a little bit brave. We've been a little bit aggressive there early on, as I almost get rear-ended down in towards this next kind of small complex of corners. Kind of weird the way you group up this track. As we'll come out, look around the outside. This might be a little bit brave.
Still there.
Whoa, got on the curb there. I'm sorry. We were optimistic. We kind of bounced off the curb. There wasn't a lot I could really do. Maybe a bit too opportunistic from me. Someone let me know down in the comments below. But we got the run. He'd made the mistake. We tried to get around the outside there. I think he'd given me quite a big squeeze. I couldn't have kind of avoided that curb, otherwise it would have been an accident anyway. But maybe getting a little bit too brave on this opening lap. There is all bobbling out over the curb as well. I'm sure we'll take a look at that one when we get to the incident report at the end of the race as well. But I mean, this thing definitely is quicker than the Audi Quattro 90, of course, we brought here last week. But what a fun combo that was, as I think immediately then Daniel just behind me, probably going to get a run up the hill though, because again, the slipstream works pretty well in these Formula 3 cars. I'm really hoping that iRacing does bring an updated F3 and maybe even an F2 car in the future as well, because I think that would be really fun inside the sim. Although this thing is still fun to drive, yeah, it is very old now. And obviously doesn't really kind of get a lot of the more important updates that we've seen from a lot of other machines inside the game in more recent years. I think rather wisely there, just opting to back out of that one. I mean, I'm sure there is enough grip and space to go side by side through that kink, but probably not worth it too early on in this race, as already there's a 5-second gap in front and a 5-second gap behind, so there has definitely been a lot of carnage and chaos, but apart from maybe some tyre markings up one of our side pods, I think we're all going to be okay then, and hopefully Daniel's got some good speed as well that we can try and close up on Lucas just up in front there, but obviously normally this final kind of part of the lap the absolute scariest, as we got another one gone.
Flag. There's an incident in.
Oh my lord. Yeah, that's not good. Oh man, it's not what you want to see. I mean, we got informed there was yellows in front, and well, clearly I didn't slow down much for the other two and got away with it. I slowed down a lot for that one, and it definitely was the right thing to do as well. I mean, this first lap has been utter chaos, as well, Race Labs has got no idea where I'm at the moment. See, iRacing itself won't update until the end of lap 1 as well, but we've hopefully gained, upwards of 10 spots in this race, which is good going, because we desperately need the iRacing as well. If we want to gain iRacing, we definitely need a lot of those spots as well. Yeah, now a 6-second gap for the guy in front. Is this corner flat? I think it is nearly, probably is completely flat out. If you're feeling a little bit braver, but lap 1, I don't fancy risking it, but yeah, maybe now this is going to be a bit more of a time trial event for us. Usually in these races I'm kind of just following cars around, but Steven behind me seems to have done a pretty good job off the start as well, maybe just following us through all of the chaos. But yeah, although you haven't got as much straight line speed, it is weird, of course. You've just got to attack so much through some of the corners. Got to be very careful though through the carousels. Obviously the proper one or mini carousel. Otherwise you're going to immediately kind of bottom out and go flying, which is really not ideal as well. But yeah, let's see what top end speed is going to be like. I assume it's going to be about 160 miles an hour in this car. Up over 240 clicks already, but actually I think without a slipstream maybe up the hill we might struggle a little bit more than that, as I'm hoping we're up kind of near the top 10 by the end of lap 1. I'm sure we will quite be there, as do I want 5th or do I want 6th gear? I think I'd probably, when we're by ourselves, want to leave it in 5th. Although I don't think it's making much difference either way by the time we get towards the end of that opening lap. But where are we then overall at the moment? Race Labs is saying 8th, but I don't think that's quite right.
There's an incident in Chicana Hohenrhein. We think it might be Trindade.
We've got another incident going on. I think it's a car in front of us,
the
but
car leaving the pits.
I might be mistaken, as someone apparently is making their way out of the pit lane then, so hopefully that isn't going to be a lap car. We are P8. I think we're P7. How on earth have I gained 17 spots in one lap here as someone else into the pit lane as well? So maybe if we've got some speed to try and close in on Lucas and Luis just in front, there could be a huge gain to be had. But I've gone from potentially losing 55 iRating if I'd finished where we started, to apparently now upwards of gaining 65 if I can stay in this position right to the end. I feel like Steven behind me is fairly similarly paced as well, but we'll just kind of depend on whether those guys battle in front. But I mean, that's ridiculous. 17 spots in one lap here. I'm sure obviously a few cars will often opt to start from the pit lane, just try and save themselves a little bit early on, but that is utterly ludicrous. I know we obviously picked up quite a few places, but I've got no idea how we gained that many, unless I kind of gained a few off the start, obviously with 2-lane rolling starts. You can often gain or lose out through seemingly no control of your own.
Behind is now 4.1.
What was that opening lap as well? Opening lap was a 6:36, so yeah, we're a good, 15 seconds quicker than the Quattro. I guess obviously that first lap as well probably isn't a great representative lead at a 6:15, so it's probably upwards of 25 seconds quicker once you've got some speed, once you've got some confidence. But yeah, suddenly now this race has kind of become a bit of a time trial for us, as we're not really closing in on the guys in front, but they have got 500 and 1,300 more iRating than me. So I would maybe think it would be optimistic for myself to try and close in too much on them. But of course, if we keep pushing, keep trying to maintain, you know, a bit of a flow state here, that would be very, very useful, as we've lost another one. I expect the races this week to be quite high attrition. I think just obviously the way this combo is, people are going to either obviously commit or bounce over a curb or just not really know what to expect. Luckily, I've kind of got enough experience around the Nürburgring and enough experience driving Formula cars that hopefully, without trying to jinx myself here, hopefully I'm kind of able to combine the two and still get a pretty solid result out of it. So, back end there, trying to pivot around slightly. That corner's always horrible in a light open wheeler like this. It always wants to try and break free. So another one's gone. I think, yeah, hopefully the instant report works a bit better this week. I know I've had a few issues with it recently, but fingers crossed it isn't too buggy this time round. Oh no, I think there's a battle going on for third. That's why third, fourth, fifth. Yeah, I don't think we've gained an extra spot there either. I think it's just fourth and third have swapped around. So we make our way then up the back straight.
The gap to Clark behind is
pretty much the
increasing.
same speed as we were down the Dottinger Hoe. 236, 237 kilometers an hour against what we sat at 238. So I think I want to try 6th gear down the Dottinger Hole this time around, just to try and give us a little bit more, even if it's just to kind of provide you guys with some extra information. Obviously, if you're jumping into this series and giving it a bit of a whirl, I am recording this on a Tuesday this week. Saw this combo once again and was like, yeah, I need to give that a crack. So into carousel there. That was not good. Just got to be really, really careful though. I mean, it's so bumpy. You can hear the revs spiking on the exit, but it will be interesting to kind of do a lap comparison between myself and the guys in front. Of course, Race Labs active live timing isn't always perfect, but then again, neither's is kind of iRacing's built-in one either, so it isn't a guarantee there. Was that a car in front? No. I don't think that was another car in front then that's maybe had an error. So, I mean, you are throwing it around. You've got to be fully committed, don't you? Especially around this half the lap. You know, it would be mad if ever there was a Formula Series that felt it was safe enough to really attack the ring. So there you go, first 1x of the day.
5 incident points.
Well, yeah, some of those curbs are just a bit too big that I don't really want to lean on them unless I absolutely have to. But yeah, I still feel like the two in front of us are a little bit quicker. Is that fully flat? Yeah, look at that. Look on the throttle trace, completely pinned through there that time. So we've definitely built up a bit of extra confidence. And then we will try and go for one last lap of attack around this venue as well then. Let's see, leader's already out onto the Dottinger Hole though, so yeah, definitely doing a very good job.
Car number 4, C license.
I mean, it's even through corners like that, the fact you're completely wide open, and then you've kind of got to brake still where you would normally in a car with much worse brakes, just because you're simply carrying way more speed on the way in as well. I'd be interested to see what the lap record is in a Formula 3 car around here inside the sim. And you've got to be looking at close to 6 minutes flat, surely. I know Jerry up the front is very, very quick. Obviously, with 5,000 iRating, you don't get there by being slow. So I think actually, yeah, 5th gear, we want to leave it in up the Dottinger Hole, but obviously don't bother with the upshift early. They're getting a few extra performance out of it, as I can see, just a wing. Was that a lapped car? Just in the wall? No idea what they done there, but no, I think that might have been someone we were actually racing with. Is a lapped car just gone and deliberately taken someone out? I've got no idea. Either that or they had a crash and they've just decided to peel into the pit lane, but I've got no idea what's happened there. But white flag in the air then, and we are up at least one more spot then in this race. I think we're up to 6th. Yeah, so obviously we'd already gained 7th at the start of this lap, hadn't we? But 6th spot then, as we start the final lap of this race. Let's really try now and go for a good attacking one there. That last lap was a 6:20. So let's just see how much we can really push on this final outing, his final tour of the green hell. Like I said, in a Formula 3 car, it's a ludicrous combo. It'd be so interesting though if someone felt brave or stupid enough to try at IRL, or obviously even with a modern day Formula 3 car. Just how much quicker could you possibly go as well, of course. You know, I don't know how much quicker, obviously, the modern F3 car is, because I'm pretty certain this was a Euro F3 car as well, the Dallara F317. So I don't know, obviously, whether kind of what was being used for the, you know, F3 series and things like that. I guess there wasn't obviously an international F3 series for a long time, was there? Kind of Euro F3 was the pinnacle. Then you obviously had, you know, GP2 that would follow F1 around as kind of the more World Series, but even then, you had GP2 and obviously GP2 Asia and things like that as well. So satisfying though when you get it kind of pinned up right next to a curb, and that kind of upsetting the balance or anything like that. But yeah, fastest lap time 6:15. How much closer am I going to be able to get up to that on this last lap? You're trying to push, of course, avoid the curb through there. Just keep the car a bit stable. Down 2 gears, down another 2, and then try and get the car somewhere near the apex. A little bit of slide from the rear end once more as we get the throttle down, but carry the speed again out of the corner. And of course this one normally is a bit of a blend, or sometimes a bit of a brake. Not in the Formula 3 car though, completely flat out. So 3rd gear through that next corner, avoid the curb on the inside. Carry the speed off the exit before you down that 1 gear yet again. Get nicely towards that inside curb. Oh, big snap there as the rear bottomed out. I mean, we're just about able to gather it up through miss, hit, miss. Should again be completely wide open though, which it just about is. And then down the hill, braking nice and gently. Surely not. Surely the leader hasn't actually binned it in this race on the very last lap from a pretty comfortable lead. We'll have to wait and see about that one by the time we get back around, but that would be a disaster for our front runner there. As again, really trying to mash your foot to the floor. You're kind of hoping that the downforce sticks the car to the ground just to make sure that you get away with it there. But again, pretty much braking at the start of that curbing on the outside. It might have been that the leader made a slight error, but is able to gather it up there. He's actually dropped down to P2 though. So could we see a fight right towards the end of this race? Imagine if a few of the guys at the front came together and we somehow clutched up a podium in this race at the moment. As long as I keep it clean, we're still hopefully in for a pretty decent iRacing payday. You never know what might happen towards the end. So yeah, I mean, to be fair to Stephen behind, he's maintained very, very good pace throughout the course of this event as well. So hopefully, you know, he's going to be able to see the checkered flag there, because like I said, he's kind of just followed me through right from the get-go as well. Obviously, again, completely flat out through that section there. There's a slight snag of the brake, so won't quite get the car where I need it, but let's see if we can finally nail carousel then. Want to brake a little bit later on the way in, and then really hug the car down as low as you possibly can. Don't allow it to run wide on the exit, and get up on the curbing as well. But this next corner, of course, normally a bit of a blend, completely flat, wide open, not even a corner in an F3 car. This one as well, a little bit wide on the way through. That was not tidy. That was not where I wanted to be through there. But again, just sacrifice a couple of tenths of a second. Make sure you don't gamble it over the curbs. Otherwise, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Talk about gambling it over the curbs. Again, normally you'd attack that one, but I just don't fancy it in this car. There is, again, over the blind crests, through the dips, everything like that. Still trying to carry speed, still praying. Obviously, you've got the bite from the front. This is a track that obviously will take a lot out of the tyres every single lap. The car will feel incredibly different. It's a little bit hesitant there, just bobbled up on that inside curb once more. Luckily, able to get away with it. Let's try and take this one completely flat out once again then. Getting it nicely tucked in towards that apex curb. So you want to double apex it there, and again, still flat to the floor through the exit, up over the bumps, avoid the inside curb. These ones, of course, are curbs that you'd find on, you know, the side of your local high street or something like that. You really don't want to hit them, otherwise you're going to go flying. So a little bit wide there, kind of second guessed myself. Slight error of judgment, but again, getting away with it. Mini carousel one final time. Oh, really got a nice run through the exit that time round. So we'll see here then, trying to give myself the best run possible. Slight blend on the way in. I think we could have taken it flat. if I'd really nailed it. And, well, it might not have been the most action-packed race in terms of battling with other cars, but it is certainly still an experience to bring a Formula 3 car around this venue. Up the Dottinger Hole, we've got a bit of a chance to breathe, a bit of a chance to rest as we come towards the end of this lap there. 244 kilometers an hour as we just keep it pinned in 5th gear. Too much downforce to really do anything else with it, as it looks like Jeremy is going to get back past Phelan right towards the end of the race there. Bastian looks like he's going to come through for 3rd as well, but in towards the final couple of corners then. Can I go sub 620 around this lap? We'll have to be brave as we make our way through Tiergarten. Nice and late on the anchors there, but don't want to risk it too much. We've got yellows out just in front. I think that's a car that's obviously already seen the line. Out of the final corner, it is going to be a 6:19.1 final lap.
Well done, mate. Good finish.
Boy, oh boy, that is a combo that keeps you on your toes. But let's go take a look then. First of all, at an incident report, and then, of course, our final race results. Taking a look then at our very first incident of the race already before we've even got going here, or someone getting rear-ended there. That's fairly what you would kind of expect with these rolling starts then. Down through the exit of the S's. Oh, just got a little bit too light and leery over on the throttle. And that immediately is going to be game over. You are not going to get away with an incident like that. I think this was the one then through Floodplatz that obviously we saw. A little bit of netcode there early on, and then just, again, at these kind of speeds, it's so difficult to gather it up. The other guy involved in that one was incredibly unlucky, wasn't he, in the end? Just wrong place at the wrong time. But I believe the 7 car got away with it. Yeah, they don't even meet first time around there, but he just gets a little bit of a snap on the exit. And then immediately, that was the car, of course, that we saw going back down the back straight, backwards at about 100 miles an hour. But again, that is going to be GG pretty much immediately. Let's try to get it going again, though. And yeah, that's not going to work out well. Down in towards Vauxhall, though. What happened here? This was a couple of cars in front. Oh, I just think he got caught out. Wasn't expecting him to brake as much as he did. And that will explain why that guy had no wing. And that guy had no rear wing as well, it would appear. Does try to get going, as this was our instant then, so... he did give me room. He did give me room. I apologise to the 7 there. Yeah, that was bad by me. I thought he'd... Obviously, as you see through there, he gets a little bit wide, gets up on the curb, kind of completely bottoms out. I do carry the speed on the exit. And then I just wanted to give him space there. We kind of bobbled over the curb and, yeah, just took him straight out, didn't we? It's one of those horrible ones where, again, like I said, you know, he kind of should expect that we're probably going to bounce over that curb a little bit. And, of course, obviously, without triple screens or anything like that, yeah, we've come across him. I can't not blame myself for that one. Unfortunate. So, apologies to the 7 if you're watching. This was then up the back straight. Are we going to see another nick of the curb? Yes, we do. But luckily, just a bit of rallycross there, and we'll all get away with that one scot-free. And a little bit further behind. Oh, that's not good. Again, just a big miscommunication there, and a lot more damage picked up. And... oh, the 21. Just wrong place at the wrong time. And this is why they don't race Formula cars at the Nürburgring. Someone's crashed 10 cars up the road, immediately becomes your issue. This was the other one then, early on. Yeah, just hit the curb, tried to gather it up, loses a wheel, and the guy behind goes cartwheeling. Oh my lord, that is a huge crash. It's not even over, is it? Because I'm pretty certain he gets collected again. Look at it from his POV there, straight over the back. Somersault after somersault, barrel roll after barrel roll. Finally comes to a rest and gets collected again and tips the other guy into a barrel roll. That has got to be one of the biggest crashes I've seen in quite a while inside the sim. And there's me just running away off into the distance as well. There's a see. He got collected again. So after he's already come to arrest the first time, someone else comes through. And I believe, yep, just absolutely obliterates him. So lots of cars going flying in that moment. And despite all of that, he tries to go. There's another one flying a bit further down as well. So that is just ridiculous, isn't it? He just drove into the back of him. What on earth is going on? Towards the back of this field there. Utterly ludicrous. That's what I was scared about doing through Mini Carousel. Just bottoming out and getting flicked out wide through the exit. So disappointing there. And I think we'll get away with a bit of damage. This guy has apparently got back out there. Is he going to damage his car again? Seems to be alright. I think he's okay. I think he's still going. Have we got any other incidents then? I think the replay is getting a little bit confused now. So just, here we go. So this was what happened to this guy then. I think he just deliberately took himself out, didn't he? Tried to go into the alternate pit lane, and that was the car that we just saw upside down on the back straight as well. I believe this might have been the leader? Yeah, just got wide, didn't he? Oh, lucky that the car carried on in the right direction. Able to flick it round pretty quickly there, and only temporarily lost the place as well. But a very, very good save there after a bit of an unfortunate incident. But there we go then. That is going to be all our incidents here from this race. A lot on lap 1, but then things did calm down pretty quickly. Having a look then at our final race results in a sea of green is exactly what we wanted there. Only 0.1 SR gain, but honestly with the 4X early on, I will take that rather happily. 73 I rating though, puts us on 212. So we can be pretty happy with that one as well there. But Phelan will take the victory then. So we did actually stay ahead of Jerry come the checkered flag. So very, very well done to him. And 0 instant points as well. A fantastic, fantastic drive. In terms of most spots gained then, we were able to gain 18. Stephen just behind me though, able to gain 19. So I think he's going to claim the victory for most places gained during that one. And out of a 28 car starting grid, only 14 of us were still left running come the checkered flag. That goes to show just how much a race of attrition this kind of event can be. Thank you all though so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed, and we'll be back very soon with more iRacing content.